Hello, and welcome to Middle School Against Coronavirus, special April Fool's edition. Stay tuned for special April Fool's pranks.
Ooh, I can't wait, because if I know what it is, you can't fool me. I'm Laura, and this is Isabella, and thank you so much for listening today. We also would like to thank some folks who sent us some messages, audio messages. Last week during the debut episode, we said if you'd like to send a message as a student or a parent or a teacher, then send us the audio and we will include it in our next podcast. So first we have
Mrs. Dickens. She's the head Liberty County Gifted Coordinator.
And she has a special message for you and all the other kiddos, as she calls them, in Liberty County.
Hi, scholars. This is Mrs. Dickens from Liberty County School System. I hope this is finding you safe and well. We miss you and love you so much. Keep your chin up and keep that learning going. Nothing like a lifetime of learning. Hugs, hugs, hugs all around. Miss you so much. Love you, Mrs. Dickens.
She's so sweet. She really does love her kids.
Yes, she does. It's nice to hear her voice for the people who know her.
Yeah, and I know whenever you see her, you run up and hug her.
Mm-hmm.
The second message is from
Miss Carrie Daughtry, who's a 5th degree black belt.
Yes, 5th degree black belt, just recently sold the karate school that she had in Richmond Hill for 12 years, and Isabella got to know her through karate. Isabella is now a 1st degree black belt, and Miss Daughtry has just really a great relationship with kids and with knowing what to say to them as well as their parents.
Hi, parents and kids. I have some ABCs for you. A, we are all in this together. This situation is temporary. Please know, everybody, and yes, that's everybody, even your little brother or sister, if you have one, is doing the best they can right now. B, be kind and patient. Know that feeling angry, overwhelmed, frustrated, and bored is normal. Take a breath. This too shall pass. C, creativity. What can you do in your home to be creative about meals? Not just how you make them or what they are, but maybe where you eat them. Activities like journaling, games. Maybe come up with some new routines if the current ones aren't working. And stay connected. How can we do that in this day and age? Oh, that's easy, right? FaceTime, Zoom, or frankly, just the good old-fashioned phone call to our friends and our loved ones. Hey, everybody, hang in there. You can do this.
Mrs. Daughtry is so awesome.
Those are definitely ABCs I won't be able to forget.
I'll help you remember them. Each one. Dinner? Okay, we're eating it on the back porch. We have the most beautiful sunsets here. If you do want to send us a message, it doesn't matter if you're a middle school student or it doesn't have to be in Liberty County, or if you're a teacher or a parent, you can email it to voiceoflauraanderson@gmail.com. And I'll give that again at the end. Or you can send it to me through Facebook message if you're a Facebook friend of mine. And I wanted to mention something Miss Daughtry said about journaling. My sister, your Aunt Kel, had come up with the idea of having you journal and talking about your feelings of what's going on right now with coronavirus. So we turned it into a podcast. And yesterday, we talked with your big sister. And your older sister is going to be 30 in May. So she was 11 when 9/11 happened. And her dad said the same thing to her. Your dad, her dad, said that she should journal her feelings. And she did. One of the things she remembers is that she was upset she couldn't watch Nickelodeon because when 9/11 happened, it changed all the TV programming. For a little while, not for a long time, but she missed Nickelodeon. She was 11 and she couldn't understand how somebody would want to hurt us. You're only a year and a half older, and she thought it was really ironic that two sisters around the same age are going through huge life world experiences. What are your feelings now that we're a few weeks into this, Isabella, about the coronavirus and everything that's going on?
The fun of being at home is worn down a little bit. I'm more bored. I do miss my friends and want to hang out with them. And
I know you miss your teachers too.
Yeah.
What's it been like doing the schoolwork at home digitally and with the books and just messages from the teachers? Some connections through classroom, but not every day.
It's been fun. It's been nice to see them through Google Meets, but I do wish I could see them in person, go through lessons a little bit quicker, have the different lesson plan than what they've had to give up and give to us.
Yes. And for instance, there was an assignment you got today, and it was similar to, I think, what other families are going through with some of the teachers will send the assignment for the week all at one time. It's easier for them to do it that way. And they're not telling the kids to do it all in one day. But I think some people have misunderstood that. The kids can break it up however it's best for them, as long as they do the work and they're learning. And there's something that came through today that just didn't have quite enough explanation on it. And you got overwhelmed. And I looked at it and I thought, oh my gosh, are you serious? You have to learn all that in a week? So I said, let's communicate with the teacher. And the teachers want to be communicated with. Let's communicate with her and find out exactly what you're supposed to know of this week. And then we can breathe now, relax, and we'll get this figured out. The most important thing is we'll get it worked out and everything will be okay. We talked with one of your other teachers last week, and she said there were some parents she had spoken with who also got overwhelmed thinking the kids had to do it all at once, and they don't, as long as they get it done and they're learning.
Mm-hmm.
Have you talked to your friends at all about doing the classwork this way?
I've talked to them a little bit about the work, but not really about it.
But you did do something cool last night with one of your friends. What was that you did?
I talked to them through Google Duo, and we played a trivia game.
Yeah. You played a game over video.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool. You still got to play a game.
Yeah.
And that's something that you can do with more of your friends, and anybody could really do if you have the ability to video with a friend and you still social distance, because the social distancing is important and it's going to last for a while, right?
Yep. April 24th is the end of staying at home, supposedly.
For the schools. But then yesterday the president said he's going with the CDC guidelines that say April 30th, so maybe it'll go on a little bit longer.
Or maybe we will just lose the rest of the school year and call it at-home schooling, when really we were just home for the rest of the school year for the fourth 9 weeks.
Well, you're still doing your schoolwork, though.
Yeah, but technically by now we're going to be out for another month, and then we're going to have about less than half a month to actually be in school. Yes, that could affect a child greatly and give them pleasure or make them sad, but do you really want to do that when they've just been at home so much?
When you say do that, you mean send them back to school?
Yeah.
Would it give you any kind of closure, though, to be able to see your friends again together in that setting before waiting till the beginning of next year?
Yeah, it would if they counted it like a last day of school kind of thing, because that does give a good sense of kind of closure, because it's like the last day of school. That's one of the best things in the school year. But if this keeps up and goes longer than the CDC has projected, then that might be too big of a risk to take.
That's a very good point. It's been tough social distancing for some people like you, but you've been doing it, and we've all been doing it because we're all doing our part to stay healthy and keep others around us healthy. But we can still have some fun.
All right, prank time. You get 3 pranks. The rest you have to come up with on your own if your parents will let you. The first one, I'm going to tell you the ingredients and then tell you how to make it.
Uh-oh.
You're going to need 2 zip ties and a roll of toilet paper. Do not do more than a roll of toilet paper because of how scarce it is. And you might get your parents pretty angry. All right, so what you do, you connect the 2 zip ties to where they won't pull apart. You wrap it around the toilet paper and you zip tie it kind of tight so you can't slide it off. And so now you have a zip-tied toilet paper that you have to get off with probably cutting some of the toilet paper as well.
Oh, so somebody needs a roll of toilet paper. They say, hey, bring me a roll of toilet paper.
Here you go. Have fun.
Oh, that is a great April Fool's Day joke.
Yep. Just make sure that you put it in a room where you either won't go or will plan not to go.
Oh, so you don't fool yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
Or have this really, really secret backup one so that you could actually go there and no suspect a thing. Because every time you act suspicious on April Fool's Day.
Yes.
Yeah. Next one. This one, you're really going to have to be smart and discreet. If you have liquid soap, which some of you probably do, you take it, freeze it, while no one's looking, and then you wait a couple hours, then you put it back. It's solid. Can't get any soap out.
Wow, that's really evil, but
hey,
good.
You can find it on YouTube. All right, and the last one, this is going to make some people upset, especially if they care a lot about their teeth.
Uh-oh.
What you do is you put some dye in the toothbrush that they use. Some food dye. So when they go to brush their teeth, they're just hum-de-dum-de-dum. Finds out that there's dye on their teeth. What? How did this happen?
Yes, that could make them mad. However, if we're all stuck at home, who cares what your teeth look like? My recommendation is if you use a green toothpaste or a blue toothpaste, try to use a dye that matches it. Because if you normally use a white toothpaste and somebody opens it up and it's red, they'll be like, hey, why is it red?
You don't do it on the tube. You do it on the brush. You do it at the bottom of the bristle so that when you're scrubbing around and the saliva gets in there on the toothpaste, it comes and surfaces. And they won't see it if it's at the bottom.
Oh.
Especially if there's toothpaste down there.
I'm glad I know now. Before Wednesday rolls along.
Well, I did watch a lot of YouTube videos to find these pranks.
Huh. What YouTube channel?
Why would I tell you?
Hey, you have come up with another craft that you're going to work on. It's not an April Fool's Day joke, but it's a craft because fortunately with being stuck home with the social distancing, instead of just having Daddy, me, and you, and then whoever else virtually, you have a cat. We got a kitten for you in January, and so you come up with a craft that you're working on this week for you and him.
So you want to get a hoodie or a sweatshirt where you can touch both hands by putting them in the pockets together in the center. What you're going to do is you're going to cut off the top part that holds it in pocket form, and you're going to sew up the left and right sides so that it doesn't just like hang down after you've cut it. So that you can pick up your animal, put it in the pouch, and you're just carrying them around, petting them.
Oh, that's such a great idea. It's like a kangaroo pouch for your cat or small dog.
Yeah.
I like it.
Just got to make sure it's big enough.
Yes. And if it's not, you can always grab one of Mom or Dad's hoodies if they don't want it anymore and use that one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or if you like it, it could also still be used as a pocket, and you could probably attach a zipper to it if you wanted. Put your cat in there, and it has a little zipper so that like, if it's a really small animal and it's a really big pocket, you can zip it up a little so that they can't jump out or anything.
That would be really handy as a pocket to use as a central zipper for pulling out your phone.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention, this is Middle School Against Coronavirus with...
Special April Fool's Edition with Isabella Piccone.
And I'm Laura. Something else that, as a family, we love it. We've been hooked on since it debuted last year, and the first time we watched it, we kind of liked it, but we laughed. We thought, this is just out there. But
technically, that was YouTube. I still wanted to watch it.
I wanted to watch it, but I just wasn't sure about it. But now we love it.
Literally, my dad was like, nope, not going to watch it. And now we see him sitting there, intently watching. And when they give a guess, he's like, no.
What is it?
Masked Singer.
The Masked Singer. What is it you like so much about The Masked Singer?
It's nice, it's funny, and I can scream at someone every time they're completely wrong, because they're always wrong, except for one time every season so far, where they get one person right.
Yes. So The Masked Singer is on Wednesday nights on Fox at 8 o'clock. If you have not watched it yet, you really should give it a try. Can you give them a basic rundown of what the show is, what they do on the show?
Basically, they take famous people, they put them in a costume with a mask on, and they disguise their voice, so you can't even tell them by their voice. You have to tell by the clues they give and how they sing. So it's a singing competition where you sing a song and you try to stay in from voting out. And if you get out, you have to take off your mask in that episode. And there's a group of 4 panelists, sometimes have a guest judge, and they try and guess who you are based off the clue packages and the vocals. They've had it different each time, just because it's new.
Yes, they like to change it up. But it's a lot of fun to try to figure out who the people are. And even when you think you're positive, you find out it's somebody completely different.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun.
What?
It's fun as a family because you're all talking to each other, guessing, and the other person saying, no.
Or Instagram saying blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Well, I usually go to Twitter to see what they're saying on Twitter.
Instagram, Twitter, they're both social media.
Yes, both social
media. They're both
media.
buzzing.
Hashtag Masked Singer. So that's coming up on
Hashtag
April Fool's.
Ken's always wrong.
If it's coming up on April Fool's Day, do you think they'll do an April Fool's joke? And if you don't know what we're talking about, you have to watch the show and find out because it's a lot of fun. No, we're not getting paid for this. We just really enjoy it.
Yeah. Anything we mention, we are not sponsoring.
No.
Unless we tell you we're sponsoring.
Is there anything else you want to talk about today in this edition of Middle School Against Coronavirus? Because coronavirus has put us all into a very unique situation.
I would say if you have an Xbox and you're really bored and you like to play video games, it may seem like a lot, but it definitely helps dull the boredom. Game Pass, you can download a bunch of games for free in a subscription, some of which are Xbox 360 games that you can't really get DVD and then put it in your Xbox and be able to play.
That's cool.
Mhm.
So special access.
Yep.
We were going to watch the new movie Doolittle this week, but we're not sure about it based on the reviews. We didn't want to spend the money for a full digital download buy. We're waiting a few more weeks for it to come out on rental. But if you do want to buy it, Doolittle is out digitally, and then it'll be out on DVD on April the 7th. It features Iron Man, so we have to at least watch
Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man is
it. Yeah, I
sadly
know.
But we have a movie night thing, and we recently watched Spider-Man Far From Home. I saw it before, hate the villain. They just saw it, and they agree.
Yeah, we didn't like the villain. There were some things I liked about the movie, some things I didn't like about the movie. It just... Okay. I'll stop. I hear everybody in middle school yelling at me right now, so sorry.
Every Marvel fan.
Yeah, every Marvel fan.
We also watched The Last Skywalker, and I'm still surprised that the Mandalorian, or the guy who plays him, dissed the movie. That's gonna hurt him. That it is.
You may not know the story, and if you haven't watched The Mandalorian, that's also really good. That's on Disney Plus, but it's another Star Wars spinoff, and the guy who plays the Mandalorian publicly dissed the newest Star Wars movie when it came out, which was the final one of the Luke, Leia saga, and Han Solo, etc.
Technically, it's the Rey saga, because she's the main Jedi.
Well, true.
Like, there's the Anakin saga, the Luke saga, the Rey saga.
But now Luke, Han, and
Leia
are all dead. I hope you saw it. But anyway, by now you should know.
We all know Carrie Fisher died. And the first new movie, Han Solo died.
Yeah.
And the second one, sorry, spoiler alert, Luke died at the end.
Yeah, so he dissed it, and Disney pays for all these people's salaries, basically. Let's just say you're still young, you're learning. So it's not good etiquette to what they call it biting the hand that feeds you. It's not good etiquette to say something negative about the people who are paying your salary, unless you're ready to lose your job.
Yeah, I'm sure they won't have the mask ever taken off again, because they've already had the mask taken off, and he doesn't normally do that. So now they're going to keep the mask on forever, because they might have recasted the person.
Switching quickly to something a little more serious.
We also want to say a thank you to all the healthcare workers and first responders for helping the country in this time of crisis and need, and how they are going away from their families for a while and risking the chance of getting sick to help other people with coronavirus.
Thank you so much. And this is a great opportunity to give you our email address again. Well, technically my email address. So if you'd like to send an audio message to Isabella or the other students in middle school or the teachers, if you're a teacher or a parent, you want to send a message to everybody, you can just record it on your smartphone, or if you have some other way of recording it and turning it into an MP3, and then email it to me at Voice of Laura Anderson, and that's LauraAnderson @gmail.com, and we'll play it next time around. As long as it's positive, please keep it positive. Thank you, and hope you have a great week, and happy
April Fool's Day! And remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification button if you're listening to this on YouTube.
Thank you, and kick coronavirus.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye!
Bye.